Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Quickly, I'm going to show you the easiest way to make a shirt collar. Let's go. So first of all, you are going to need a stiff neck or a collar gum, as it may be. It's either light or strong. The one I'm using here is the light one. So I assume before now that you know the neck measurements of the clothes that you're sewing. Mine is 18. So since I'm folding it into two, as you can see in the video, the measurement is 9 plus 9 is 18. So I'm going to use pen to sketch how I want the collar to look like. So that one is what you can do. You can do any design you want it to look like, you understand? So but make sure it is up to 18, because the length of the clothes of the collar is 18. Now I'm going to gum it like I've done in the video, but I'm leaving a half inch space below, as you can see in the video. Now that half inch, I'm going to fold it up and run a stitch straight up. I'm going to run a stitch straight up. Now after I've done that, I'm going to place it on top of the red material. The red is what I'm using for the back. That's why I use two different colors, so that I can differentiate it for you and you will understand it easier. So I've done the stitch, as you can see in the video. Now I'll place it on top of the red and run a stitch around it. Understand? I'm going to run a stitch around it, leaving the front part, that part that I folded. I'm not going to stitch that place. I'm just going to run from the side down to the other side. Now I've done that already, as you can see in the video. Now I told you I'm going to leave this other side. Now you can see that that part is still open, but then I left an additional half inch of the red that is the back. I left half inch of the red. Now I made a notch at the sides so that it can lap easily. If you make, so that now that I folded it, as you can see, now I folded it, I turned it to the front and ran a stitch around it. You understand? Now my collar is ready. As you can see, I have a half inch down from the back. Now the red is the back, like I said earlier. So I'm going to stitch from the red first off. As you can see in the video, I made, now you are going to make a notch at the center of both the materials. Both the materials I made is, you make a notch at the center of the collar and a notch at the center of the back, or at the center of the neck rather. So you start from the center of the collar, placing it on top of the center of the shirt, and sew from one side to the other side, like I'm doing in the video. You can pause it and go backward to understand better. So after sewing from one side, now you are going to sew from the other side back to the center. The reason we are doing this is so that it will balance properly, because if you sew from one side to the other side, the other side may be smaller or it may be bigger. So after I've done that, now I'm going to use this side that I folded, which is the actual front, to cover the other side. I hope you understand. Like as you can see in the video, that's what I'm doing right now. After you have sewn, remember the first one you are going to sew is the red one, which is the back. You understand? Now you are going to use the white one, which is the front, the one you folded up earlier, to cover the stitch you made. You understand? Now this is going to make it look industrial and clean, as you see in all those shirts you buy in boutiques and all that. So after I've done this, now I'm going to give it a thorough iron and make it look good. Now this is how it looks like. Now this is before the ironing, rather. This is how it looks like. You can see how clean and neat it's looking. Now I'm going to fold it up like this and iron it, sprinkle a little water on it, and use a good iron to iron it properly. Now you can see what it looks like eventually. So if you think you gained something, you learned something from this channel, please, I want you to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe.